Okay, today we are back with lovely. We're gonna do a lovely Aries route. We'll try to do Aries route. Um, but uh, also I'm gonna be also um I'm gonna try and do like a big long freaking a big long um a big long video for Riddle Joker this Wednesday. So it's gonna be probably a good maybe 2 hour, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours long. So if I can, but that's gonna be something big. So I can finish it up, I'd say mostly I'll try to finish it up any damn way. Let's go to lovely ever. Oh, research. Okay. I went to take a look at the research building. It's like I heard, it's extremely well guarded. Neither humans nor objects would pass through the few gates there, and getting close to it would be difficult, even if you wanted to take a quick look. Did we pass? Okay, we never did this. All right.
高崎 L、今研究棟から来たのかね。
成田真理。
Uh, look at our lovely area.
そうです。本日はメンテの日でしたので。自分、1時間目の講義はありませんでしたから、さっさと済ませてきました。
You had maintenance. She gazed back at me with antagonistic eyes, but she gave me a thorough response.
メンテというと、
What do you need maintenance for?
入学時に説明されませんでしたか？
Oh, that's right.
成長期の HMI は、些細なことで能力が変質しやすいですので、週に一度はメンテを行うのが義務化されているのです。
Oh, I feel so stupid. I feel stupid I was thinking maintenance robot, maybe.
普段のは時の先生のコンパーメントで10分もかかりませんが、月に一度はもう少ししっかりしたメンテナンスのために研究棟へ行かなければなりません。
oh,
なるほど。
てめえだって HMI なんだから、メンテは義務ですよ。超覚えておくように。
okay. Let's
理
do it.
解したとも。そして、君が思いのほか義理がたい人物だということも。
Yeah, she does.
うん、
Oh,
どうでもいいです。策の敵は超死ねばいいのに。
Saku's enemies should die. Well, okay then. Well, okay, that's our lovely error right there, everybody. Well, it appeared Saki wasn't feeling well. She lacked in focus and took a while to respond when addressed. Hold up. Okay. Let's do some more skipping.
と言っても、あなたのつくべき役職は新設する必要がありますので、それまでは玉緒の補佐として総務補佐に。はあ？ダメってあなた、何を言ってるの？
It's my favorite. One of my favorite scenes that she does. Let's go. My favorite. I've been waiting to hear. I've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting to click this choice for so long. I saved it. Okay, let's do it.
では、課題をスタートします。各チームは校舎の3方から侵入開始してください。
Okay, let's go. And I think this is error. Error. All right, let's get down to goodness. We had a day off. We had a day off at the end of the week. Then again, then again, it's nothing special. But excuse me, because all the academy students lived in the dorms, and the school didn't grant permission to leave. Though you didn't really have to, since essentially just get about everything on the campus grounds. There was a gym, indoor pool at the facilities building, and there were even some groups that formed clubs. You could go shopping in the shopping area, and even and enjoy some Japanese uh, karaoke in the amusement in the amusement facility. Damn. Personally, I had a lot to do on my days off. I already resolved to use whatever free time I had to help achieve my goal.
ん
I heard an unmistakable voice. The walls in the dorms had good sound isolation, but it wasn't good enough for my ears. I left my room and traveled to the space. Let's see.
このブラとかどうかな。
Oh, well, looky.
さすがにそれはちょっと派手すぎない？
Who's who? Who's the lucky lady that get the bra?
玉緒、色気超ナッシングすぎです。もう
Oh,
少しメスとして考えるべき。
oh, is it Tama? Tama's getting the bra? Who's the lucky girl?
いいんだよ、こういうスポーツブラで。ピラピラしたのってなんか邪魔だろ。
I mean, s- I okay, okay. I mean, bras are the essential of great manly for our great lovely appeals. I'd say it's the greatest things that was one of the greatest things that ever's been invented. The loveliness of bras.
別に引っかかったりしませんわよ。ちょっときついですわね。
Oh, mention. Oh, yes. Oh,
みどりちゃん、もしかしておっきくなった？
yes, please enlighten us, my dear Mitri, please.
桂木さんに比べればまだまだ小さいんじゃありませんの？
Well,
いつも押さえつけてるくせに、空子のは容赦なしです。
you always push them down, but sure are the wow, wow, Eric.
てめえは小さくていいよな、肩こらなくて。
来るほどないくせに何言ってやがりますか。父というのは策みたいなもののことを言うのです。
Oh wow! Please, Eric, give the details.
私は別に。
Oh, it must be. Look at the cute bus. Oh,
おっきいよね。おっきいですわよ。
俺別に小さくないから。
I don't. I Tom. I mean, you got a lot of girls. Yo, we got we got the booba bra competition over here. And,
おお、ハレルヤ。
and, and, and our boys just watching for the sidelines. Apparently, they were evaluating newly purchased underwear. Oh yes, they took and tried on small pieces of cloth of various colors. Naturally, that involved putting them on and taking them off. Most excellent. It was a shame that I couldn't tell the world what I couldn't tell the world about this beautiful sight, and we couldn't see it, unfortunately.
いつもの癖で気配を殺して出てきたが、これは思わぬ収穫。やはりただ見せるよりも何も知らない無防備な乙女がつい見せてしまう突発性に趣がある。
Wow.
そ
Yeah,
う、偶然という一度きりの舞台が織りなす奇跡の輝き。
this man.
あ、
Uh,
気にせずに。
Oh goodness gracious. Well, definitely run away. So fast. Um, I don't think that wait a minute. I swear I think my oh my goodness. Oh my good. I think I'm having I think that for the last 10 minutes. Oh god damn it. I think y'all didn't hear my voice. Oh fudge it. God damn it. I'm sorry. Oh my lord. I hope. Oh my, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off.
あ、あ、成田くんの変態。
Hey, it's not our fault. It is not our fault. Though technically it is, but regardless, still, it's not our fault though. It's not our fault. You're changing in the middle of, in broad daylight. That's your fault.
あの野郎、策の着替えを除いたので、後で殺します。
Oh, just in case, most people if you didn't hear, um, what I said at the start of the video was, um, I'm gonna do a riddle Joker, um, a riddle Joker, about 2 hour, maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours for freaking Wednesday. So it's gonna be a long ass video Wednesday. Um, so I'm just telling you now. I mean, other than that, yeah.
しかし、成田真理、伝説のラッキースケベ体質とは、侮れない。
Oh, hello, Aaron. Yeah, you found a worthy opponent, huh, Aaron? Hey. Anyway, nothing major happened after the exit after the exit at campus at the test campus. The days were resolved peacefully. Okay, wait. Okay, I can skip this. I'm sure. Does it really matter? Okay, does it really matter? Late at night, I walked to the kitchen to get some coffee.
嫌なやつと鉢合わせしちまった。
Oh wow, thanks. I encountered Tama, who didn't even try to hide her displeasure. Lovely. Personally, I like that honest side of her.
君もコーヒーかね？
俺が何してようが、てめえには関係ねえ。あだ。
Hey, hey,
もっと丁寧な言葉遣いしないと、策に怒られちゃうよ。
hey,
空子、
hey, Saka. Saka had seemingly followed Tama to the kitchen.
君までこんな時間に起きてくるとは珍しいな。
Yeah, okay. Is all girls gonna be up at this hour?
僕は起きてきたんじゃなくて、玉緒ちゃんが出てくるの待ってたんだ。
Oh,
玉緒ちゃん、コーヒーでしょ？ポットに入れておいたから持っていくといいよ。それと、こっちはお夜食。
look, I swear, mommy Soraka, yo.
お、サンドイッチ。ツナとハムだ。あと、こっちは何？これ煮豆か？どうし
Look,
てサンドイッチに豆が？
look, beings. Yeah, that's weird. Soraka, are you okay?
みとりちゃんとエルちゃんが作ってくれたんだ。後でお礼言ってあげて。
Ah,
うん。空子も、あんがと。
hey,
じゃあ、頑張ってね。
hey, hey. Tama went back to her room, coffee and snack in her hands.
何事だったのかね？
Test, maybe?
玉緒ちゃん、明日
Ah,
は一般学科の試験があるんだ。うん、実技の方はすごいんだけど、学科はちょっとだけ。
that's exactly like her.
かなり問題があるのだね。
Yeah.
ちょっとだけ問題っていうほどじゃなくて、ほんのちょっとだけなんだから。
Well, that's our Tama for you, everybody.
いつもサクが勉強教えてあげてるんだけど、それでも試験の時は頑張らないといけなくて。
Hey.
なるほど。 万に一つでもクラウンのメンバーの成績が底辺ということになれば、保険に関わってしまうのだね。
Yeah, yeah.
底辺ってことはないよ。全然ないよ。
Uh-huh. Yeah. She's probably rock bottom. Circle was a terrible liar. Anyone could tell that she was acting weird.
しかし、普段はサクが教えているという話だったが、サクもクラウンの筆頭、やるべきことは多く大変だろうに。
Yeah,
サク、友達思いだからよく言ってるんだ。5人で一緒に卒業できたらいいねって。
yeah.
あ、一緒って言っても僕たち7回生の方が先に卒業しちゃうんだけど、
Ah,
成田くんも一緒に卒業できたらいいね。
yeah, I swear it's a
あ
circle.
あ、そうなれば素敵だろう。
Yeah, that would be most splendid. Too bad we got some unaliving to do. It was definitely a precious sparkling dream. Let's see. Are we where were we getting at? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so we can skip this some more. Oh, okay.
何？
Hehe. Well, Aaron. Okay, let's see. Let's go here. I'm sure I can
それ
skip.
では講義を始めます。本日は
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Hallway. Yoink. Uh, as we can skip most of this, I'm sure. People are skipping. Okay, fun start. All right, error. All right, let's get back to okay. Tokyo Yoshino was on her way back. Only she and the driver sat in the vehicle, but she found no joy in wasting time on pointless chatter. One of her core responsibilities was that one of her core beliefs, my bad, was that all resources were limited and that it's best to use them as effectively as possible. It was late at night, nearly midnight in fact. She spent a lot of time on the job she had to take care outside of what she had to take care of outside the academy, which was a rarity for her. Outside of Okazaki, most roads were straight and barren. It wouldn't have taken more than half an hour before she was back at the academy, but she still looked reasonably concerned.
陽性の出た候補は3人。うち2人はデリートか。
Okay, 3 candidates tested positive, 2 had to be discarded. The device in her hand. Wait. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait. The device in her hand displayed an immeasurable amount of data, most of which were the result of the which was the result of the 140 second test. Since there was no RI or info layer support outside the academy, she had to control it with her hands. In this, okay, wait. In the secret test, conducted by the academy, it wasn't uncommon for there to be zero positive cases. That was a suboptimal, excuse me, and there was, and they wanted at least one to survive, but that didn't always happen. However, this time the results were unexpected. There were 3 positives, and two of them died. Tokino attached the word disposable to the data of the two deceased individuals. Her hands moved mechanically, and she felt nothing. She lived by logic, and she never did what uh, she never uh, dedicated any mental or emotional resources to needless sentiments. In her mind, okay, okay, okay. In her mind, the main problem was the cause of disposal. The two candidates had been had been unalived by some by someone unknown. While the third vanished without a trace. I'm guessing she's talking about.
近々サクたちに出動要請が入るかもしれんな。
Okay. Is she maybe talking about um um hold on, I don't know. The last one. Wait. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Wait. The third. The what? Okay. Wait. The third. The last one snuck by the observers and vanished before any supplemental tests could be carried out. It wasn't a simple attempt to run away from home that you would expect from someone in the age range, but it was a purposeful escape. Well, what? Wait, no. Why? Well, it was pointless to think about the reasons. There were similar cases, among others, who had undergone ascension and manifested halos for the first time. To HMI's ascension, well, ascension was a very dangerous was a very dangerous moment. If their sudden wait if their sudden wait if their suddenly wait if their suddenly expansive possibilities were too much for them to handle, they lost control and acted aggressive, especially around fellow HMIs. The phenomenon, that phenomenon had been dubbed Cinderella syndrome. Mm. The the third had probably manifested a halo only for her to be incompatible with it and lose control. Otherwise known the S-type brain function disorder, Cinder syndrome was a kind of mental illness that was directly caused by the person's halo. Unfortunately, there was no cure. There was no known cure. Yeah, I don't believe that. Mm. Plus, the academy had no need for incompetent for people incomplete. Plus, the academy had no need for people incompatible with wait, incapable with the expanded world. So they didn't really care. Mm. HMIs who developed S syndrome lost control over themselves and became unsociable machines who were loyal only to their only to this what okay wait who became unsociable machines who were loyal only to their desire, but they didn't lose their personalities or intelligence, which made them extremely dangerous. Since dealing with HMIs was a legal nightmare, the Academy took it upon themselves to dispose of such cases after getting a request from the HMI Countermeasures Task Force. The final solution was left to Saki Otanashi or the other crowns, and so that was what would eventually happen to the one who escaped. Based on the previous cases, the chances of develop having her develop Cinder syndrome were the least were at least over 30%. That meant the ascended HMIs who made up 80% of the Academy student body were champions who survived the trial by fire with a 30% chance of failure.
第142回試験で成果は出なかったということか。
Maybe that was Mitri? Ooh. Uh-oh. Whoopsies. Right after that thought, a shock a shock from below made Tokyo's world turn 180 degrees. Damn. Well, the cause of the explosion. The cause was an explosion pressure from below, a mine that the car drove over. Oh, whoopsies! It wasn't a proximity mine, however. It had clearly been activated remotely, which made it a trap set to blow up the car as it passed by. Mines were a still popular weapon of war that easily killed or neutralized enemies uh, and created effective defense lines. It was a manifestation of human wisdom focused on the act of murder. Mm. Many claimed the whole good expression. Well, many claimed that their indiscrimination nature and danger they posed even after wars ended made them too violent, and they were significant efforts to ban their use, such as the Otaki Treaty, but superpowers like the U.S., China, Russia took no part in it. Yeah, if the big three ain't sitting there saying, "Yeah, we not doing it," you know, we ain't, you can forget about it. Forget about it. Though, quite frank, though really quite frank, it wouldn't have mattered any damn way. They can sit there and sign the treaty, right? And they can sit there and sign a treaty and say, "Yeah, we still did it." And what? What you gonna do about it? Nothing. You're not gonna do shit. That's what. You're gonna sit there and guess what? You're gonna shut the fuck up. Though the thought, though though that in itself was proof of their effectiveness as weaponry. Japan was part of the treaty, however, so a mine couldn't exist on their land unless it was needed for research. However, just now one had exploded on a Japanese road, raising a beastly German-made car into the air. A second later, after that scene that looked like an awful joke, gravity took over, making the Iron Beast draw an arc in the air as it crashed into the ground. Wait, so this is before?
何があった？
Well, okay, wait, okay. So I'm okay. Wait, so this is okay. So this is before what happened, right? Maybe okay. This was before. I guess we arrived. Tokyo lost consciousness for several dozen seconds. Wait, in the flip card, Tokyo moaned as she proceeded as she tried to process the situation. She attempted to convince herself to stay reasonable, and even in a dire situation, no creature was uglier and more pathetic than a human who lost their ability to think clearly. The card flipped over as tough, wait, wait, wait. The card flipped over, but it's a tough German frame. Wait. Okay, wait. The card flipped over, but its tough German frame protected her. She would have died if she didn't have her seatbelt on. Well, everyone remember, always wear your seatbelt. Mm. She couldn't move, so her under so her un, wait, so she couldn't move, so she undid her seatbelt and crawled out of the overturned car through the shattered window. The driver was still breathing. He too was fortunate enough to survive. Due to the car having danced in the air, he wasn't in a good condition. Crushed by his airbag, he fell unconscious. Well, he's useless.
アンチハローメンのテロか。
Tolkien never once assumed that this was an unfortunate accident. After all, she remembered the attack on her and Saki a month prior. Oh, while while cursing her lack of care, she began to think since the attack, the Academy had become more wary of H of A M of A H of A H M. If they planned something like this, they should have been found out about it, but it didn't happen. Additionally, this attack clearly targeted Tokyo alone, and an employee of the Academy's schedule could never have been leaked.
AHM でないとすれば、やはりスクールの中にネズミが潜んでいるということか。
I don't think it's our boy. Regarding the act. Whoa, goodness gracious, whoa. Okay, regarding the act, she couldn't wait. Regarding the fact that she couldn't wait. Regarding the fact that she hadn't brought an SSD with her, Tokane carefully crawled on the ground. Moving too quickly would have been reckless. She held her breath, scanned her surroundings for hostiles, and slowly left the car, using it as a shield. Sitting on the ground, she raised up her upper body, and once she finally felt alive again, she pulled out her portable device and tried to call for emergency backup. Oh, a shadow slowly loomed over her, effectively drawing close enough for Tokune to feel the breath of the one who cast it. The simple fact almost almost made her stop breathing, but it made her but it made even worse when she realized she knew the person. Who was it? Was it our boy?
貴様、成田真理。
Oh no, that cool wait that odd transfer student didn't have such cold, terrifying eyes, and he didn't even smile. With so much scorn. Tokane didn't know any man who could have made such a face. Who could make such a face? The eyes looked down on Tokane, were ice cold and motionless. The seething, boring rage behind his expression was a mixture of intense anger and resentment. It made chills run down her whole body.
なぜだ。
Really? She didn't ask why he was there. That would have been pointless. In wait, in this abnormal situation, the man looked down at her with nightmarish eyes. It was readily apparent that he was the one responsible for what happened. She would have asked why, because she already figured that out, and the man was perceptive enough to know that.
なぜか。このありさまの理由を聞きたいのかね。実に他愛のない問いだよ。夜店時の。これは憎悪だ。こんなものが他にあるはずもない。そうだろ
Okay.
憎悪。怨恨だというのか。心底その程度だとはな。実につまらない返答だ、成田真理。
Merely facing him brought about a sense of crushing despair. However, Tokane resisted it and glared back at him. Tokane's anger was as hot as it was just. To save many, you had to sacrifice a few. The man before her rejected such righteousness. He was a nurturing barbarian. Tokane quickly understood that Shinanatri was a manifestation of mankind's sorrows, shallowness. One of those she wanted to overcome most.
貴様のような輩の本性を見抜けず、 スクールに招き入れてしまうとはな。
So are we okay? We're getting from Tokeni's point of view, I guess,
死
right?
者の血と肉で飾り立てた未来とやらはさぞかしバラ色に輝いているのだろう。それほど誇らしいのなら遠慮はいらない。自ら花びらの一枚に加わりたまえ。
Okay. It was hard for Tokene to believe that this man, who didn't pay any heed to Tokene's piercing rage, was a fellow human. He seemed more like a disgusting monster without any reason or emotion. Dark, profound hatred. Excuse me. Dark, profound hatred had taken root in the hole where his emotions once resided. The crescent grin, the crescent grin on his face was so terrifying that it felt like she was looking at the scythe of the Grim Reaper as it came down on her neck.
なぜだ。
Glaring at him once again, she asked the same question. However, the meaning of why was different. She tried. She wanted to know why he hated her.
夜見せ時のお前は裏切り者ではない。ただの仇でしかない。あの日お前がそそのかしたのか、黒船が引き入れたのか、そんなことは些細な問題だ。せめて最後は飾り立ててやるべきだったかもしれないが、私にとってお前はただの敵。黒船へ至るための障害。速やかに排除することにしたのだよ。
Okay, so so it was bound to happen eventually.
そう。敵は滅ぼしてしまえ。それは全くどこまでも人がましい結論だとは思わないかね。お前たちがやったように。
なぜ。
Lastly, she asks about the cause, why he chosen her to target her life. There was no point in trying to understand the source of this hatred. There was no escape for her. Tokena's life had mostly come to an end. However, she didn't give up. Hiding her frustration, she continued the conversation while looking for an opening that did not exist. That did not currently exist, my bad. An opening to reach the device near her legs. Shinanatri was a monster fueled by revenge. A man like him couldn't be allowed to exist. Uh, he had the anguish that wait do it. He had the what arrogance to destroy the academy and the and mankind's future over personal sentiment which she couldn't tolerate. Tokene was aware of many reasons why someone could hate her. She proudly trampled all over many things: men, women, children, the elderly, the innocent, wicked, the wicked, the strong, the weak, the just, the law, justice, society, and morality. I mean, all that. Okay, the first line right there. All this up here on the top is enough, really, quite frank, to just put your ass away. I would say, put her ass away. She crushed all those underfoot in her quest for a brighter future. She didn't regret her actions one bit. Mm, if it was something she regretted, it was letting Sheena Natri, this ticking time bomb, enter the academy. It was a mistake that had to be righted, even if it cost her life. Just put a bullet in this bitch. I'm sorry. Just put a bullet in her ass, really.
それでは幕引きだ。夜見せ時の7年かけた舞台のクライマックス、最後の問いをするとしよう。あの日のことを覚えているかね。それともとうに忘れてしまっただろうか。
Oh yeah, come on, give me that good backstory I'm looking for. Come on, 7 years ago, those words were the key. Tokeny finally reached the truth and finally understood what this man was.
なぜ。
Doesn't matter. Just shoot her. And that was why. And that was why. And that was why she asked the question in a shivering voice. Sheena Natri's true identity was a person who simply couldn't be alive. The truth had made her eyes widen, which the man simply grinned casually in response. That was her moment. Token reached the device on the ground with her left hand, drawing the man's attention to it. Upon realizing her plan, the man aimed his gaze there as well. But her left hand was the bait all along. She's been trying to pull something out of her left coat with her right hand, a P2000. Okay, I have no idea. I'm guessing that's some kind of handgun, maybe, or a submachine gun, something. Before the muzzle before the muzzle on her gun reached her enemy, it was overtaken by the P08 focused on her brow. Well, ah, we get to see it again. Bye, bitch. Ah, come on. Yeah. I'm sorry. Well, that part was okay. That shot was far too silent. Yet another bloody act had ended. Yeah.
罪には罰を、ふさわしき鉄槌を。かくして復讐は果たされ、第二幕は終わる。
Hey, wait a minute. Okay, I'm curious now. Okay, okay. During the last one though, Circle was there though, right? Ish. Okay, maybe Circle's not here this time.
さらばだ。裏切りをささやいた魔女よ。地獄でいずれ行く黒船を待つがいい。
成田様、次の舞台の準備も手はず通りに進んでおります。
Okay. That's Shroud Lovely made. She's a great. I can't wait for her fucking right now.
第三幕の開演も近い。頼んだぞ、騎士や。
Oh, let's get down to the good shit. Two remained. Two remained. The grand final of a 7 long year revenge tragedy was close at hand. Wait, two? Well, wait a minute. Two? Who's the second one? I thought Pearl was the only one that was left. Okay, I'm a bit weird. Okay. Now, after discussing our next steps with Hestia, I returned to the academy without getting spotted by anyone. I used a route I've used many times before, but I didn't let that get to my head. I carefully slipped through the tight security layers to the walled area. Okay, well, uh, all that was left was to return to the dorm as if nothing had happened.
成田、そこで一体何をしてるのですか？
Ah, that uh, that surprise almost stopped not just my mind but my heart as well. I was on high alert, but I heard a voice from up close that seemed to have snuck up on me. Hi, Ari. What are you doing? What are you doing out here?
鳩が豆食ってるような顔していますが、自分、質問しているのです。聞こえていますか？成田。こんな夜更けに、どこへ行っていたのですか？
I could ask you the same thing. It took a lot of effort to hide my shock. She was talking the same as she always did, but that was what made it unbearable.
高崎 L。
Despite my best efforts, my voice came out a bit horsey. But could you blame me? There was no way for her to be there at that time.
はい。自分は L です。
Yeah. What are you doing here? Indeed, she was the one and only crown. Indeed, she was the one and only crown and knight of the insignia Eru Taxi. It was already past midnight. Students weren't allowed to wander around past 8 in the evening. I was in no position to complain, but there she was. But her being there was a violation of the rules. Even if you put such a minor problem aside, she should not have been able to approach me. I've sharpened my senses to avoid the gaze of the academy. So how did she react unto me? Wait, so how did she reach me undetected? Eru did not have much of a presence, but I was not slow enough to miss her. I could have sworn that I didn't feel anyone within 200 meters to it. Wait, I could have sworn I didn't feel anyone within a 200 meter radius. What what was this girl then? A ghost? A ghosty? A ghosty error? Okay, but everyone sees her though. Eh? She's okay. She's clearly something, right?
しまった。
I was faced with a problem far worse than the question of why she was there.
戻ってきた場面を見られてしまった。
Little seemed worse than getting spotted after murdering Tokyo. The Academy would learn of her demise before dawn, and Eru would learn of it sooner than later. Tokyo's sudden death, and Natori's leaving during the night. Connecting the two, what connecting those two things was as simple as twisting an arm of a baby. Mm. It was far too early for Sheena's Natori's identity to be exposed. My revenge tragedy uh, could not come to such an abrupt end.
ならばどうするべきなのだ。問うまでもない。ただ一つのなすべきことを果たさんと願うなら、一体何を決断しなければならないか。
The question, can we win though? That's a reasonable thing. Can we win? I I had to erase her.
何を迷うことがある。成田真理のなすべきことにおいて、
I mean,
それは最もあるべき形。あらゆるものを復讐の炎にくべる薪にしろ。
Arrow was only 3 meters away and completely defenseless. Even a hamster in a cage would have been more alert. She not only didn't try to run, but she didn't even consider the possibility of an attack. I silently uh I silently convert wait I silently concentrated my strength into my right hand. I was a mere half a step away from her. Reaping her life was as simple as strangling a puppy. But okay, if I didn't do it, I would never get the chance to kill the last.
バカなことを。
That was my interior assumption, but I discarded the idea. She wasn't an enemy who impeded my path. She was an entirely she was unentirely related to her. So killing her for my own gain would have brought Shinatari down to the level of my targets. Hypocritical, considering the very act of revenge brought nothing but calamity. With every target killed, more grief and grudges spread. A single death was like a ripper. Revenge never just ended with the murder of the target. Yeah, true. No matter how hard they tried, Avengers and their targets were birds of a feather. They were monsters that had burned human emotion and sanity to sate their anger, and I already resolved to accept that.
成田真理は、己の敵以外に振り向ける刃を持ち合わせてはならない。
Yeah, that was only meant to prevent the solemn prayer of revenge from becoming more bloodshed, and tragedy comparable to what happened 7 years ago. I accepted no matter what the results and pain would bring. If I hadn't, my revenge would have rendered me my revenge would have been rendered meaningless. Hmm. Letting Eru approach me was my own mistake. Did she deserve to pay for it for her life? No.
いや、あまりに心地よい夜だったのでね。少しばかり散歩に出ていたのだよ。ほら、見てみたまえ。今夜の月はまた格別の輝きだ。
I mean, that's a perfect good lie.
今、ちょうど雲かかって月ナッシングです。
In an attempt to sway away my silly blunder, I pointed above. However, when I looked up, I noticed that there was a thick curtain of clouds.
誠に残念なことだね。
いつぞやの外へ出るルートですか。無断外出で策に見つかると、きっと無残になりますよ。発見したのが自分で幸いでしたね。
Oh
もち
boy.
ろん、見返りは必要ですが。
What do you want? We're about to get blackmailed. Oh, great.
安心したまえ。私は恩には愛を、悪には裁きをもって答える主義なのだから。
What does this girl want? What's she gonna want from us? Money?
愛とか意味不明なものは不要です。形のある貢ぎ物を出せ。
A proper tribute. Okay.
植物的なことだね、高崎エル。愛こそが豊かな人間を作るというのに残念だ。では、飴はどうだろ
I don't think that's gonna work. I'm just a one piece of candy? Come on, you gotta do better than that.
そんなもので、この自分が。まあいいでしょう。
Okay. Oh, okay. Like last time, she took the piece of candy I gave her, threw it into her mouth, and started licking it with an emotionless expression.
レロレロレロレロレロ。
My God, my God, it's fucking oh my God, from I got oh my God, I forgot the fucking anime. Oh God damn it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Oh my fucking God. Oh come on. Come on. Wait, hold on. Was this before? Okay, it makes me wonder. Okay, was this before or after? You just can't. I swear to God.
う。ところで、君こそこんなところで何をしているのだね。とうに外出時間は終わっている頃だが。
自分、夜歩き好きなので。
Okay. She revealed her hand like it meant nothing. She still looked nearly mimoseless, but she wasn't exactly the type. But she wasn't exactly the expressive type, so that was her usual state. I could tell that she wasn't being completely honest, but I chose not to question her any further. We all had our secrets.
では、徘徊者同士、バレないうちに寮へ戻るとしよ
Yeah, fellow night owl.
明暗です。戻りましょう。
Okay. That's our lovely Erin. I had to prepare myself. She and Naturi would soon be exposed due to that encounter. There was only one thing I had to do. I needed to see the end of my revenge tragedy through to the very end. Well, okay. It was impossible to enter the dorm through the proper entrance after curfew. The lock was one reason, but the lock was one reason, but the doors and windows all over were being monitored. Wait, okay. But the doors and windows all over the academy were being monitored. Even if we returned while avoiding running into other people, our entry would still be recorded. Thus we returned in secret through my room's window. It was being monitored as well, but since I tinkered with it, there would be no recording. last wait, okay, wait, likely, like I planned, I simply returned through the window, took a shower, and prepared to go to sleep. Uh,
部屋に戻らないのかね。
Eru, what are you doing, Emma? What are you doing?
少々思うところがありますので、ここで夜を明かすことにしました。いえ、自分のことは気にせず、小さく愛らしい抱き枕と思っておいてください。
Oh, such a fluffy pillow indeed. Well, okay, I'm gonna cut it here and say thank you all for coming. I swear, it was just so adorable. Um, uh, unfortunately, I think unfortunately, like the first part that you didn't hear. So yeah, um, sucks real bad, unfortunately. But think of please, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Um, so sucks. Quite frank, really pissed me off. Um, but. It's nothing. I mean, I should have noticed something was up when I didn't see like the mic slash thing. I think it was like moving a little bit, but it wasn't moving like it is now. So that's my fault. Um, yeah, really fucking sucks. Um, if it didn't catch it, so yeah. But Royal Joker's gonna be a good 2 hours on freaking Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, maybe at best. So that's gonna be something. But anywho, thank you all for coming. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you lovely enjoyed the lovely, I would say, start of Errors Route. But anywho, thank you all for coming. Also, for one more thing, if you don't mind, please go on YouTube and voting in a community post, in the polls over there. Freaking great. Also, I put like a community thing. Um, also, I'm looking, quite frank, I'm looking for people. If you don't mind, I might make a little freaking video about it on YouTube. So that's probably gonna be like maybe sometime this week or something. I have no idea. But anywho, yeah, anywho, I want to say, thank you all for coming, really, and thank you for saying subscribing and stuff. Again, hope you enjoyed lovely, our lovely areas.